Okay, now students, today this time we have a topic relational model, and in this relation model, what we have to see the relation algebra, and along with the relation algebra, we will see various operations which are inside or which are used by the relation algebra, and those are the select, project, rename, union, intersection, set difference, Cartesian product operations. So through all these operations, we will see step by step. First, moving to the next slide and let us understand what the relationship algebra is saying to us. As we know in the data manipulation language, we have discussed this important point two times. One time I'm also repeating, one time we have discussed the query language time, and when we discuss about the query language category, so we have discussed this point. In the data manipulation language, we have the two flavor. One is the procedure query language and other one is the non-procedure query language. So as we have discussed, procedure query language means what we are getting. So we don't know how we are getting, or we are not. We don't do this part how we are getting thing. The procedure language is saying to us what the information we are getting with doing the details. So that is the point is recognized by the procedure query language. And the relational algebra is basically an example of the procedure query language. So basically, it has the set of the operation with the following by the more than one two relations. So when we have the more than one relation, so we are talking about the binary relations. That is two relations we are talking about. Instead of the two relations, we can have the one relation, and that is come into the unary relations, as we know. So what is the fundamental operation? We have to keep in mind properties. So what are the fundamental operation inside the relation algebra we have? One is a select, project, union, set difference, and partition product and region. All these names are coming from the or derived from the Boolean algebra as we have studied in the mathematical portion. If you have studied your school time, you have studied Boolean algebra. So all the terms which are coming from the Boolean algebra, so we have the relation algebra over here. But when talking about the additional operations, what are the additional operations? Where while studying the set theory, you have studied the union operation, intersection operation, and natural join, some kind of things we have discussed. So definitely we will have the lots of the data, lots of the information to understand the concept. Yeah. Now let me explain this thing step by step. So first, what we have. This is the relation algebra operation. So in this case, you are able to see what we have. We have the various kind of the relations operation. If we're talking about the fundamental operations, just let me clear to all once again. Talking about the operation, fundamental operations. So in the fundamental operations, you can able to see the select is a fundamental operation. The project is also fundamental operation. And when talking about the this operation that is rename operation, which is also represented by the fundamental operation that is VM. So what is the other operation as we have to discuss? So you will able to see other operations will be recognized by the addition operation, and these operations also are important part. So when we're talking about the additional operation, so I'm just writing here there's some additional operation. So if we are talking about some additional operations, so it becomes a Cartesian product, set difference, and set intersection. Of course, we have, and next one we have the union operations. So I can say the relation operation is categorized into two parts. One is a fundamental operation, and other one is an addition operation. Okay, so far the concept is clear, or anyone who have any doubt so far? So please you can ask me right now. Just tell me right now. Anyone who have any doubt? So please you can ask me right now. The concept is clear. We have the
Yes, sir.
okay two types of relational operation. After this point, let us understand the thing properly. So if we're talking about the fundamental operations, so as we have discussed the fundamental in the fundamental operations, we have the select, we have select, we have project, we have renamed as I told you. To use all these things, I'm repeating once again, I can write over here to use fundamental operations one relation is active. And let me inform you once again over here. You're talking about the relation. So relation is basically a term which is identified by the relational algebra, but it also having the same sense that is a table. So in the general way, people say it's a table. So table means we're talking about the relation. If we're talking about the rows, we're talking about the records. So I'm saying a record. So in the relational algebra, it is known as a tuple. If I'm talking about the columns or attributes, so this is also known as over here domain. So tuple domain, these terms will come inside the, all these terms are coming inside the relational algebra. All these terms are generally coming from the in general way. So this can be also identified by the SQL by writing the query in the structured query language form. So same thing we can say just only the naming convention and nothing else special. Now come to the point we were talking about the binary operations. Binary operations require the two tables. It could be same or could be different. So here we have the union operation, set difference, and Cartesian product. And of course, set difference Cartesian product we are talking about also in instead of this one, fourth one I can look over here intersection of intersection. So these are the some things we have to study here properly step by step. So after understanding the fundamental operation, what is the fundamental operation and what the sense of we are using the fundamental operation over here, so let us understand step by step once again. Now, first we have the select operation. Select operation basically is saying to us you are trying to select some data from the relation on the basis of predictive nature. So as I've already mentioned over here, so just focus on this word relation. So you're trying to get some information from the relation and what the condition you are using. So on the basis of condition or predicate, you're trying to select something. So when I need to select something that is to be identified by our ladder in the mathematical ladder, that is sigma. A question we should have in our mind, sir, why we are using the sigma, why we are not using the other thing. In any ID that is integrated development environment, if you are using the query in general English language, that is select keyboard and from keyword, where keyword, you can use, you are free to use anything. But at the time, very practically speaking, if a compiler, just let me explain all this thing properly, and you will be happy to know the answer. Yes, now I will tell you. See, what is the reason of using the relation algebra? In simple way, I can say over here. See, if I'm writing the select, suppose if I need to select something. So in the computer programming, what I have to use the 6 different characters. Okay, so these 6 characters require the 6 bytes memory. Okay, so if I'm talking about the these 6 character require the 6 byte memory. So instead of this select keyword, if my compiler will recognize or will transform the particular information in form of the some symbol, and this symbol is also represented by only the one character, as you can see, this is the one character. It doesn't mean it is a special character or not. If it is a one character recognition, we have. So how much memory require? Only the 1 byte. That is the reason we can say only 1 byte memory is required inside the computer system. So my dear students, what we are doing, this is the beauty of the compiler. So database compiler will use internally the symbol symbol to manipulate your query. This is just understanding purpose why we are understanding relational algebra with query. But this is the fact is a little bit different. But what is the fact? The fact is saying to us what is the query we are using, that is SQL, that is totally followed by the different nature. But here we have the procedure approach, so we are known to this part what would be the flow of our information. So this is for understanding purpose we can use, for learning purpose we can use, but relational algebra is a little bit different from the SQL. So that is the reason the SQL we can write in a different way, but relational algebra will try to indicate the information in concise way. So I can write over here a relation algebra based information will be manipulated in simple way, said the computer machine. This is the simple tricks I am giving over here. These things are not hidden into the any kind of the books, but all these are hidden by the books. So that is the point we have to identify what we are studying. So that is the reason we have to use the relational algebra, and the nature we have the procedural query language. So I can give a summarize over here. Relational algebra based query will be followed by data query language. It means no DDL, no DML is applicable by using the relational algebra. It means with the help of relational algebra, we can't get it, we can't insert anything. We just can read on. Means just read the data, because that is a. Yes, tell me. The summary is clear to right now. Why we have to study all these things? Is it clear to all right now? Just tell me. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now we have this table right now. So this is a table. In this table, we have a relation and we have the degree. Degree basically is saying to us what is the number of the columns we have in our relation. So degree is saying to us, degree is basically defines the number of the columns we have. Degree means number of the columns. Number of columns we have. That is to be identified by as a degree. So this is a point you have to keep in mind properly. So table or relation we have over here, that is the relation table we have that is the customer. So after this point, what I have the three different tables. So three different tables I can have. I can have the 2 tables, 3, 4 tables, 5 tables. It's my choice. So, but depends on the thing we have to perform our activity. So number of the columns I am speaking over here, it means I am talking about the degree. So that is a degree. So three columns here, so 3 tables will be there. Our relation name is over here customer, and customer city and customer name, customer ID we have. So what was my question? My question was if I need to select anything, so how I can use the simple option. Yes. This is a simple question I have over here. Now what this question is saying to us. Into the examination, suppose I am saying to all select customer detail from customer relation where customer city is Agra. This simple concept I am taking over here. If I need to write this query with help of the SQL, so I can write this query with help of the SQL in simple way. How I can write? Select star from customer table or customer relation where customer city is equal to Agra. But in the case of the my relation algebra query, that is relation algebra based query, I'm using this symbol, that is the symbol defining the select, and what I need to select, I need to select all the details from the customer relation. So this is our relation name, between customer, and next we have our condition where it is the customer city. So customer city we have the Agra. All of these information, the condition particular information I'm putting over here and will be represented in form of the subscript way. Okay, so the writing is important point we have to keep in mind properly. So from my relation, what is the number of the city I am choosing over here? Only the Agra. So according to my information from this table, the Agra is meeting to our condition. Then these two records that belong to the this data, and this data, these two record will display. But I'm speaking once again. Here we are only selecting. We are not displaying anything. So display and selecting is two different approach. It is just like a simple example. In a room, I am sending you and just pick a 5 balls. Then you are picking the 5 balls. But I didn't tell you, don't show me the 5 balls. What are the balls you have opted? That was the my point. So display is a different kind of the operation and select is a different kind of the thing. So that is the point you have to keep in mind properly. Okay. So this is a point you are required to understand the step by step. Okay. Now, when talking about the other thing, so let me explain the thing properly once again. But before that, just I need to ask a simple question. Yes, anyone who have any doubts, so please you can ask me right now so far. Is it clear?
Clear, sir.
Okay. So what would be the output? It will not see implicitly what we are selecting. So as the output, we will able to see. So these two record will be there. C1010 Steve Agra, C101111 Raghu Agra. So now these two record will be displayed over here. Is it clear to all right now? Or any doubt?
Yes.
Okay. Now, unlike this thing, we have the points on point. The points we have to keep in mind over here. So I'm writing some points over here. So focus on my points, what I'm speaking over here and what I'm writing over here. These are the some important points, some points. Okay. Some points we have to keep in mind properly. See. So we can allow the comparison operator to make the comparison, just like the A should be greater than 5, A should be less than 35. So this kind of the pattern you can use. So while applying the condition, or by selecting something, what kind of comparison operator you are using. So you can choose any one of the comparison operator which are mentioned over here, equal to, okay, less than equal to, not equal to, okay, so less than equal to, greater than equal to, and so on. But when talking about the things, when we have to use the multiple conditions, okay, so this can be done by this statement seen to us when we have the multiple condition. Multiple condition means the students who belong to the branch cybersecurity and the student A should be less than 19 years. So this is what I'm putting two conditions. One condition is pulling by the age column or age attribute, other is pulling by the branch space. So at the time some operator we have over here. So these are not as a conjunctives. So these conjunctives are identified by the end. So already marked by over here. Or we can use this operator and not we can use this operator. So all with the help of the connectives we can use our information properly. So this is an important thing you have to keep in mind. After this point, we have the next operation, that is project operation. So project operation is saying to us what you have selected, that is required to project here. So if I'm saying over here I have selected some data and I need to project. So what does the data you have selected on which you are trying to project some information over here? And this can be identified by the, or this can be represented by the simple notations of the our symbol, that is a uppercase Greek letter pi. So with help of the pi symbol we can display our information. And what is syntax? Syntax you can see that is a pi, that is a, you are trying to display the some column name, so we have to write the column name over here. So we have written the things properly over here. So from this table, I have a simple question right now. From this table, if I'm moving something, so before that, just I have a simple question to all. Can anyone tell me the query of the relation in the relational algebra pattern? What is the query? I am remembering the query in my mind. So my question I'm asking from here. Select customer details. Select customer details who belong to Delhi city. Who belong to Delhi city. Okay. So you people are required to understand this thing, how you can do it. So can you select a customer detail line who belong to Delhi city and display his or her customer ID. Okay, so can anyone tell me? Can anyone tell me what would be the output? And not output, what would be the query in form of the relational algebra? So how to write? Just can anyone tell me?
Sir, query. Select customer ID from customer where customers underscore city is equal to Delhi.
Anyone who would like to speak something? Anyone? If anyone is not remembering or you are not having any ideas, so say no, so I can explain. Just tell me. Anyone who have any idea? Say yes or no, so I can continue.
Sir, we know, sir.
Oh, you know, you don't know.
No, sir. No, sir. I know, sir.
Okay. So as per this question, what we have to select the customer details who belong to Delhi city. So from this table, I am selecting. See, just please focus on the my statement. I am selecting the detail of the customer from the customer relation and the customer who belong to the customer city, that is Delhi. So customer city is equal to Delhi. I can write from the customer relation. This part is clear. I'm selecting the customer details from the customer relation who belong to Delhi city. Now it is clear.
Yes, sir.
So after this point, what are the information I'm getting? I'm getting these two columns will be selected. Okay. So this is my point. But I want to display only the details of the customer ID. Okay. So how to update my command or how to update my relational algebra query? This is basically not to write a query. Now, so I need to display. So I will use the project the spice symbol I'm taking and display here is the customer ID. So I just need to display the customer ID only from this part. So this is my query as a solution. Okay, and ultimate what it will display finally, it will display only these two information finally. Okay, so output would be customer ID and 3101101 3101118. Because I am displaying only the customer ID. If I need to display the other things, so I need to write the customer ID, comma, customer name, comma, customer city. This is the reason. So I can able to see the entire record of the particular customers. Now, is it clear to all right now?
Yes, sir.
This is I have already explained with the other part. What it will display? Can anyone tell me what it will display? This query is written over here, so what it will display? Yes, please tell me what it will display.
So all the values from name
The
and
name and the city. I mean, the table.
One by one, you can speak, please. One by one, please. Who is speaking first? What it will display?
sir, all the values from the relation customer of customer name and customer city.
Super. So customer ID will not be displayed over here. I'm just displaying only the entire detail from the customer relation. That is a good point. Good, super. So let us see the output. So this is the output from our customer relation. We are able to see the details. Okay, so good. You people are on the right track. So after seeing the select operation and project operation, we have another operation. But before that, let me ask once more. Now this, so fundamental part is clear to all right now. Select and project is it clear to all?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay, good. So after this point, we have the next fundamental operation, rename. This rename, as we have discussed early morning. So morning in the morning class, we have seen the aliasing. If you remember my keywords, aliasing. So rename is just like an aliasing. So what I'm doing, I'm not doing any change in the physical structure or logical, but at the view level, I'm trying to display some information. So I'm not like to display the entire detail as an expression. I want to display the detail in form of the simple column name. So if you remember the my word, we have used the aggregate function, just count x or count a's, minimum a's and maximum a's we have used from the user tables. If you remember, so in that case, I don't want to display the column name as a count is. I want to display the column name as a result or total unique name. So at the time, while displaying the data, you just need to rename the column name. So at the time, rename operation will be there. So rename will be represented by the symbol that is known as the lowercase Greek letter rho. So with the help of the row symbol, we can display our alias name. Alias name is just like your home name. So your home name belong to the Pinky Babu Manish and so on so. But actual name is your school name or your college name is different. So this is what both are having the same person having the same name. Yes, of course we can have. So aliasing just like the nickname, we can say very frankly speaking, aliasing just like a nickname of a person. So in our table, we can make the aliasing of the our column name, and it is also possible. But while aliasing, while rename, we are not changing the actual name of the our table or columns. That is the point you have to keep in mind. So let us understand how we can explain. Yes, we have. So focus on this table. This table is basically represented by the customer ID, customer name, and city. So this is the simple point you have to keep in mind. Customer ID, customer name, and customer city is the name of the actual attribute name or column name. Now, this query is written like over here. So I'm writing clearly once again. This is written like this one, and it will be in subscript way. So I can write over here customer name, comma project customer name from the customer. Okay, so let us understand this query before displaying the output. In the from the customers, now let us understand we are choosing the this attribute. So now what we are doing, we are choosing this information for display purpose only. So while displaying all the data which compromising by the customer name will be displayed, that those are the Steve, Raghu, Chetan, Ajit, and Karl. Now, so with this command, with this syntax, okay, I'm writing here with this syntax. Let's focus on the syntax properly. With this syntax, what will display? It will display. It will display a result like customer name, and what are those? Steve, Raghu, Chaitanya, Ajit, Karl. Steve, Raghu, Chaitanya, and Ajit, and Karl. So this will display your output. Then you have done something just by using this approach. So what you are doing, this is your actual attribute or column name. Okay, but I want to rename such attribute while displaying the our thing. So I can use custom name. So you can use any one other thing, but it is mentioned over the customer name. So I'm writing like same over here. You can take your my result and whatever you want to use. But actual information which are displaying over here will not be affected. So this will be this will be displayed Steve, Raghu, Chaitanya, Ajit, and Karl. So this is the point, and let's see the output. See the okay. So this is our simple example we have discussed about the rename. Now, is it clear at all right now? Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So after understanding the fundamental operation, what are those? Select, project, and rename. Now, this is an exercise. This is an exercise for the minutes you can solve it. Keep in mind, once again, I'm speaking over here. Do not think about the other question, what I have written over here. Just think what are the number of the schema we have. So how many schema we have? We have the 4 schema. What is the passenger schema, agency, flat, and booking? And what is the its attribute name or column name? So we have the passenger ID, passenger name, passenger gender, passenger city. In agency, we have the different things. You can read out the thing properly without writing. And now just like agency we have, right, we have, and booking we have. So there are the 4 schema we have to keep in mind. Now this is the my question I'm asking here before sharing anything. So I'm expecting you will explain me what would be the output. So project, and then after this one and this one, now we are looking for the better result. Yeah. So now talking about this part right now. So what I have written, get the complete details of the all the flash tuning value. Can you tell me what would be the output? Get the complete detail of the all the flash tuning value. So how to write this query? How to write the query of the statement in the relation algebra? Can anyone tell me? Get the complete details of the all the flash to new value. Simple. So what would be the query of the this statement?
Yes, sir.
Select destination New Delhi
Where dash equals
and parenthesis में flags.
Okay, one by one. And other one, the student who is speaking something over here. Who is he? He was speaking something. So can you speak your answer once again? Yes, one student said the answer, but any other answer you have different. So please you can speak over here. Or you are also having the same answer. Say yes or no. You have the same answer or different answer. Okay, so the student is saying to over here, get the complete details. So we are selecting the some details over here. So I'm selecting. So please focus on this statement. I'm selecting. So definitely sigma will be used. Selecting the all the flag which belong to the new Delhi. Okay, so from the flat is our entity, or we can say schema, from which we can study or we can read out. So all flat to New Delhi. It means we are talking about the destination. So destination will be New Delhi. From the our flat. Now this is the same answer we are getting. Now is it clear at all right now? This, so I'm not
Yes.
displaying anything. I'm not displaying, but I'm just only getting the details. So you can use a select. So this is a simple thing. Get means we are select. Okay, now understand the second query. How to write this query in the relational algebra? So please can you tell me?
Select source Chennai and operator. So means inverted A. Source Chennai and operator destination New Delhi and in bracket flight.
Yes, you are on the right track. So it is clearly mentioned in this question. We are moving from the Chennai to Delhi. So from our database, it was mentioned over in the flight schema contain the two part. One is the source and destination part. So what is source at place city or destination city? So we have to all the details. It will be very simple to explain like over here. So I'm writing the query once again over here. See, sigma. We have to use the SRC, that is Chennai. And for the end, I'm speaking once again, you have to use the symbol, that is the connectives you have to use. Please focus on the concept and destination. So destination is equal to New Delhi. New Delhi. So from which relation we are not using multiple relation, we are using single relation. So we have to use like flight. Okay, so this query is clear to all right now. Tell me.
sir? It is
Yes, tell me. Yes, tell me. Yes. Yeah, what is problem?
This is and the symbol.
Yes, of course. So as I told you, just I'm going back to the thing. I'm going back from the thing. Every slide in the my topics will have the some sense. This is a C. Furthermore, we can combine the several predictive into the larger predictive by using the connectives. So the symbols for the and the symbol for the or, and for the not we have the symbol when we have the multiple conditions.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. So that's why I'm speaking once again to all those students. Please focus on the concept properly. If you are not remembering, no issue. I'm here, but this is the most important. So we are getting this. So this is a way of writing the query by using the three different fundamental operations. Those are the select, project, and rename. So we have already discussed this one right now. So now it's time to see the some advanced operations. So when we have the union, I do not want to lose any kind of information over here. So I am speaking once again step by step each and everything properly, because definitely you people can do mistakes. So to avoid the mistakes, so I am here to resolve your issues. Union operator is a very simple operator. So what it's saying to us, we have the two relations. So union operation will be there when we have the two relations. It means we are talking about the binary relationship. So when we have the binary relation, then what are the data we are fetching? So based on the its nature of the union operations, we will see. So can anyone tell me how the union operator will work and what is the information we can get by the union operator? Can anyone tell me right now? Don't think you are speaking right or wrong. Just speak only. Just tell me if you are if you are have some, or if you have some idea. Just please tell me right now.
Basically, sir, in union operator combines the elements of two sets, and if they are duplicate element, then it only use means it only display one element, and all distinct element will be there, and duplicate element will be displayed one.
Yeah, super. You are on the right track and you are saying the absolute right definition of this one. So we can understand this concept step by step with an example. Simply, union operator. I am speaking in general way. You are on the right track. So union operator, what we have the two relations. So on the two relations, we are choosing the data. But the point we have to keep in mind, the column or the attribute we will choose, that should be same. Okay, so the course I'm offering, and you are offering you're using the course, you're choosing the particular part. So there's a course name. There will be something common between you and me. So we are connecting over here. So that is the point. If we are using two relations, then two relations must have the same attribute name or column name, and in which we have to see what are the column common things we are getting, and after making the entire record we will remove the duplicate part, and then we will have the final result of the union. Yes, of course. So this is your two tables or two relations I am sharing over here, and tell me right now if I'm applying the course, I'm applying the union between the course and student table. So what would be the output? Okay, so just can you show me the result?
So course ID, then student name, but yeah, student
So
name,
student name.
student ID, and student age.
Okay. So yes. So before that, just note down these values actually. Okay. So I hope it will be clear, because this is the tables we will use. These tables we will use for manipulating the other operation as well. So I request to all the students, please note down some data from this slide. You can note down all these values roughly. Okay, so please do fast. Note down these values, and based on the your data, we will ask. So I will not jump to again on this table. Note down. Speak. Note down. Do fast. You can use a paper pencil to note down all these values. Please do fast. Okay, done. Okay, note it down. You're still noting. Okay, tell me yes or no. If you're noted down, so it's okay. Or still noting.
Completed.
Just tell me yes or no. Note it down or still noting.
Noted.
Noted. Okay, good. Okay, those who are not noting down, so no issue. I have some different idea to explain my concept properly because I have taken the its replica at each and every slide where the operation is required to perform. So the question was over here. This is our question. This is our question. Question we have: display the student name from the course relation union. Display the name of the student from the student. So here we have the two relations. One is belong to the R1 for explaining purpose only. Another is R2. So R2 relation is belong to the student and this belong to the this one. So from this point, we will use something properly step by step. So let us understand this thing with a simple way. Aditya is a student name is coming over here. Yes. Now from this table, Aditya is also here. Yes, we have. Okay, so we have the Aditya one over here and Aditya from the relation we have. Yes, Aditya we have, so we have the Aditya. Okay, so instead of the 3 times Aditya, it will display only 1 time Aditya. That is the point. Steve we have the 1 time, and from the other relation it is Steve also available. So we will see the Steve is also available. So only the 1 time Steve will be displayed. So it is displayed over here. Now Paul. So Paul is here again. Paul is also available in this table or relation. So now we have the Paul. So Paul will come 1 time only. So because duplicate record, duplicate information will be discarded. Lucy is name of the student. So her name is here, and Lucy is also here again. So if I'm trying to use, then Lucy will come only 1 time. We found that there is no more data available in the course relation. So we will move to the student, see what are the other data available. Of course, we have the car. So car is only the 1 time we have. So car will come over here, and Rick. So Rick will come 1 time only because it is represented by the 1 time only. No duplicacy here. So what would be our output? Aditya, Steve, Paul, Lucy, Carl, and Rick. Okay. Now after this point, let me execute all this syntax. Now Aditya, Carl, Paul, Lucy, Rick, and Steve. Okay. So all this information we got the property. Now clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, this is a good way. Now after this point, I have the multiple slide because of the just to explaining again to them. Now next we have the intersection operator. Intersection operator is saying to us what is the common thing we have. So we will choose the common thing only and nothing else. Okay. So can anyone tell me any idea you have about the intersection? So please you can tell me right now.
It displayed a common element between two sets, but only once.
Okay. So
The common part.
common part. So this is the symbol I'm using. I'm using same query, but I'm using the intersection operator. So what would be the output? Let us check. What is the common part? Focus on the thing properly. What is the common part? But keep in mind, duplicate also not accepted over here. Now, so I'm using the intersection operator between the course and student. So what is the common attribute? same query I'm using. Instead of the union, I'm using the intersection. Aditya here, yes, Aditya also here. So Aditya will come over here. Now Aditya, it is already inside our data, so we will not choose this one. Now Steve is also available here, and it is also is here Steve. So Steve will come over here. We found that Paul is also part of the course, and Paul is also available inside the student relation. So I'm choosing the Paul without writing down here. Now next we have the Lucy. So Lucy's name is also in the course list and as well as in the student list. So Lucy is will be there. We found that Carl is not inside the course relation. So we will discard this part. Same thing we have to happen with the Rick as well. So how many data we will have? We will have the Aditya, Steve, Paul, and Lucy. So this is our output should be Aditya, Steve, Paul, and Lucy. Okay. So now it is clear to all right now. It is clear.
Yes.
Okay. So far what we have discussed the fundamental operations. So far we have discussed the fundamental operations, and in this fundamental operations what we have discussed, select symbol we are using the sigma, project symbol we are using the project, rename symbol we are using the row, union we are using this symbol, and intersection we are using this symbol. So the fundamental operation I am speaking along with the two additional operations. So we have the two additional operations, those are the unity and intersection we have seen. Now it's time to see the set difference. Set difference is basically provide the sometimes confusion, but do not get any confusion. So we will understand this concept simply. The difference is basically denoted by the minus symbol only. Okay, so negative symbol we can use, by which we can do. This symbol is saying to us what is the relation we are using left side or right side. So based on this factor, we will see what would be our output. That is the beauty of the set differences. So it is saying to us in simple way. I can explain this concept in simple way. Just let me take the set difference. Yeah, this one. The set difference is yeah, this one. The difference is saying to us, suppose we have a relation R1 and there is another relation R2. If I'm by using these two relations, if I'm trying to use the simple syntax that is the R1 minus R2. And what it is saying to us, it is saying to us the data that belong to R1 but not R2 relation. Okay, so this is the point. It is just like example, the data that belong to you only but that not belong to me. If there is a connection between you and me, but I'm just using the set difference. So we can say the information what you have but I don't have. So the difference what we are getting, so we will display. So vice versa, we can apply R2 minus R1. So R2 minus R1. So what R2 minus R1 is saying to us, the data that belong to R2 but not R1 relation. This is the key terms you have to keep in mind properly. So the thing is saying to us can't be same. If both are we are saying same, so why we are using the R1 minus R2, R2 minus R1 becomes the same. No, it can't be same. The resultant information will be different. Let us understand this thing one example. Okay, so what is the query here? Query I have written over here. It is visible to all. I hope so. Student name I am choosing. I am from the student and course. Okay, so what I have done over here, I made the student as a R1 and this course as a R2. So I'm using the R1 minus R2. So this would be the first relation student and second relation would be the course. So what is the thing we have inside the student but that not belong to the course. So from this perspective you are able to see Aditya is also available here. Yes, Aditya is also available. And if I found that Steve is also available here, yes, it is available. And Aditya is also available 2 times, no issue. Paul is also available, yes, Paul is also available. And Lucy is also available, yes, Lucy is also available. So what is the thing which are inside the relation R1, that is student, but which are not inside the R2. So we are able to see these are the Carl and Rix, these are the two information which are not available in the course relation. So what would be the output? Can anyone tell me? What would be the output? So we will choose these two values, that is Carl and Rick. Okay, so let us see. Clear? Yes, tell me. Is it clear to all?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so if I'm doing the other thing like this one, R2 minus R1. So the thing which are inside the course, but that is not available inside the R2. So Aditya, Steve, or Paul, which are available inside the student. So we can say there is a null, there is nothing which are the, we can say. So at a time we will get the null. So I have already explained over here. This is the point. The reason is clear that all the values of name are existed, not existed, is existed. So let me write correctly. Exist inside the student relation. That is, I just inside the relation. So we will get the detailed tradition. This is the reason. Okay. So this is clear to all right now. Is it clear to all? The set difference is clear.
Yes, sir.
Next, we have the Cartesian product. Cartesian product, I hope some of the students have been heard about the term Cartesian product. Anyone who have any idea about the Cartesian product? So please, you can tell me right now. Are you remembering this term? So please, you can also share the answer right now.
The number of columns in R1 multiplied by number of columns in R2.
Okay. Good. Okay, good. No issue. See, you are trying the well, it's good rather than the speaking nothing. So Cartesian product. Yes,
Each
tell me.
element of R1
Yeah.
is multiplied by every element of R2,
Okay.
and then a pair will be formed. Like if R1 has 2 elements and R2 have 2 elements, then first element will be multiplied by both 2 elements of R2. Then the second element of R1 will be again multiplied with both 2 elements of R2. Then there will be total 4 terms.
Yes, super,
So-
super. Yes, you are trying right. Yes, telling right. Yes, tell me who is next.
Sure, I think that R1 cross R2 is like for each element of R1, R2 is being displayed for each and every element.
Okay. So you are on the right track as well. Yes. Anyone who need to try?
Multiplication of data points.
Okay. So you all people are on the right track, but it's a very simple concept. Do not get any kind of confusion. It's a very simple concept. We will see the example. Cartesian product. So Cartesian product is a very simple concept. It's saying to us if we have the more than 2 or 3 relation doesn't mean. So I'm drawing over here. Suppose there is student relation. So please keep in mind there is student relation. In this we have the 50 records. Okay, and there's a faculty data where we have the 100 records. If I need to if I apply the Cartesian product between the student and faculty, it doesn't mean you are using the S cross F or F cross S. It doesn't mean. Then ultimate what you are getting the 50 into 100. So that is, it means you will get the 5,000 records. So in this Cartesian product, the multiple records will be there, duplicacy will be there, of course, but number of the records we will have in the increased pattern or increased size. So this is the Cartesian product, and that is to be denoted by the cross symbol. Let us understand this concept by an example. Now, here are the two tables. One is the R table, other one is S table. In the R table, that is other one relation which contain the two columns. One is column A, column B. S relation contain the two again more tables, the two other than more columns. One is the X and Y. So you will able to see how many relations, how many data we have in the relation R and S. 3 and 3. So 3 by 3, 3 into 3 will be the 9. Let us understand how we are getting the 9. This is the point. Yes, this is the point. So what we are observing over here, if you have remember, we are using the R into S. Okay. So what is the R means? The relation R contain the A and B. So first that is following by the A. So we have to use the 3 times this one. What is 3 times? Is 3 times is saying to us like this way. I can explain simple way. So you will able to understand properly. Yes, this is the way. So first A will be connected with the X, and this record will also connected with the this one, and this will be also connected with the this one. So now how many we have? R into S. How many we have? 3. Okay. So now next my pointer will come over here B. So BB2 double X, BB2 double Y, and BB2 double Z. So again I have the plus 3. Okay. Next same will go for the CC2 double X and CC2 double Y and CC2 double Z. So total again I will have 3. Total I have the 9 like this one, or I can say 3 into 3 would be the 9. So this is a simple way we have seen. Now actual data will be represented like this. Okay, so A will be connected by the double X, double Y, double Z, and then B will be also connected by the double X, double Y, double Z, and now CC also connected by the double X, double Y, double Z. Right now, if I'm using the S into R, S contain the X element, Y column, X column, and R contain the A column, B column. So now, can anyone tell me what would be the output?
The output will be same, sir, but the order may change.
Yeah, that is a good way. You are on the right track. The order may change. So first the information will be selected from the S relation. So double X will be chosen. Okay, so value contained by the 99. So first relation will be the AA 100, and it will also pointer will be on the S relation will be on the same position, but it will map to the other relation supported by the BB 200 something and CC 300. This is the way. And next we will use the YY. Okay, and this will go on with then Z. So this will be the our order we have to take, but ultimately we are getting the same size of the result. So result will not be changed if you are reading from the or you are choosing the any one of the relation first. That is the point. But in this case, in the Cartesian product, there is 100% guarantee duplicacy may occur. That is the point. Okay. So number of rows in the columns in the output always the cross product of number of the rows in each table. And in our example, table 1 has the 3 rows and table 2 has 3 rows, of course, as well. So multiplication between both these data will have the represented by the 9 rows. Okay. So is it clear to all right now? Is it clear to all?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So let me ask you some question right now over here. So I have my same example, same exercise. Here we have the passenger agency flat booking. These are the 4 schema I'm using right now. So can anyone solve this question? Just let me know what we have. Just let me write correctly. Yes. Okay, I'm removing the answer. I'm expecting you will speak something over here. Okay. Yes. I'm sharing the 2 questions right now. Find the passenger names for passengers who have booked on at least one flight. So now you can able to see these are the 2 things we have over here. We have to find, it means we have to display. Okay. Passenger names. So passenger name is basically we are discussing more the P name from the passenger relation. Yes, so I think the passenger, yes, we have the passenger relation. Name is, we have the company name. So we have that. And now at least who can have the booking. So this booking can be done at the book schema. Okay. So you are able to see, in the passenger we have the PID, that is a primary key, and it is also available inside the booking. So that will be identified by as a foreign key. And P name is a part of the passenger, so we have taken. So now, yes. So what would be the output? Can anyone tell me? Trying to find. I'm not selecting. We're just trying to find. So we need to display only. So at the time we can say we are trying to display. Yes. Can anyone tell me what would be the output? Yes. Tell me. Yes. Can anyone tell me the answer of this one? Because so far you have been observed project and select and rename are the unary operation. So how we can use the multiple relation? That was my point. So can anyone tell me the answer of this one? Anyone who have any answer? No idea?
So
Okay. Yes, tell me.
pi of pi of passenger. 1 second.
Yes, pi will be there. So I'm writing the pi over here.
So pi P name in parentheses passenger.
So you can see the thing properly, no problem. So from this way, if you are using this one, then what you will do, you will only choose the P name from the passenger, no booking details. So what you have to do, you have to use the Cartesian product. So I'm using the Cartesian product. So what I will have from the booking data base and booking, I think this is booking. Just let me check booking or is booking. Yeah, booking. So from the booking and passenger. So what I will have here, I will keep the all the relation from the passenger along with the all the relations, all the columns from the booking. From that part, I can have the multiple copy, no issue. So I can choose, I can display the passenger name. So duplicacy maybe, but I'm not talking about the duplicacy. So if I'm saying that at least one flight, so booking will be there. So how we can identify at least one flight? there is a connection between these two
Intersection.
things. Intersection. So intersection, no, intersection is not required.
PID.
No, nothing will be required only. See, with this case, we will see. In this case, implicitly, we are using the two relations, but inside the bracket, it keeps the cross product based data. That is known as a Cartesian product based data. So it will keep the information, it keeps the cross product based data. So multiple data will be there, and from the out of the multiple data, PNAME will be displayed only. There is a 100% guarantee PNAME can come many times. This is only the query. So we are not selecting the any, we are not allowing any, or we are not applying any condition. So if we are applying any condition, then at the time select will be applicable there. Then we will select the relevant data and then we will display. That is my point. So in the next slide, in the next question, we have the same thing. Get the details. So we have to select. So we have to select the details of the flight that are scheduled on the both dates. Okay. So schedule flight details schedule on the board date. So we have the flight date and flight time over here. So we can see. So here you can see you have to use the date and time from the flight. So here both things are mentioned over here. So in this case, query will be most simplest part. We are selecting. So select detail of the flights that are scheduled on the both date and time. So both the date and time also over here. So what is the thing? That is the date and time. So f date is equal to 01/12/2020 and time. Okay, I think what is the table name? It's time and time equal to 16. Just like this one for understanding purpose, I'm writing. So this is the point, and again we have to apply the and. So we are selecting the more data, so we have to apply the and. In this case, what we have to use? We have to use the union operation, but this information is coming from the flight. So we are using the and keyword over here, so we will use the union operation. Union, this and we have, so intersection will come over here. Just let me write correctly. Yes, intersection will come. So let me write like this one for the and. Okay, so this symbol I can use, and same query I can write over here for f date equal to 02/12/2020. Okay, and the symbol and the time 16 from flight. So this is our query. Now we have to keep in mind proper. Okay, so this is our simple example we have discussed so far. Now you have any doubt, so please you can ask me right now.